Assalamu alaikum guys, this is your Arabic teacher Sam and a very warm welcome back to another video. I've had some questions come in about why Arabic handwriting can often look so different to Arabic typed. And the two main victims, the two main kind of symbols in like typed Arabic, what beginners and people just starting the Arabic language learning journey would recognize from Arabic are like the dots and the sort of teeth that you see in letters like seen and sheen, where they're all the little dots or the little flicks. Okay, those end up more or less just going. So I'm going to show you how that works. I'm going to bring you into like me writing some of these letters so you can see some examples of it. So really the main issues with handwriting in Arabic are dots and teeth, really. And what I mean by that are when in Arabic you use dots, like for example, if we have a little look first at the letter ta, for example, you've got two dots on top. So those are the sort of dots we're talking about. And teeth, when we talk about letters like seen, okay, we're talking about a letter that has three teeth. Up here you can see them, and those are kind of the main victims really of handwriting in Arabic. So if we have a little look at how this ta would be written in like Arabic handwriting, it would be a little bit like that. It just ends up being a line across. You just kind of join them up just for shorthand, and the equivalent with the letter tha as well, whereas in like typed Arabic, it would look something like that. But when we see that in handwriting, it ends up being like that. It becomes like a little triangle on top. And the same with the letter ya. I mean, if we were to do the letter ya up here, that would normally have two dots underneath. Ya ends up being like that in the handwriting too. So the dots are something which is, the dots really get neglected when you do handwriting stuff, which would make a word like, I don't know, if we have the word thabit, which means like firm or strong. It's also a name, it's an Arab name that you might have heard before. So if we have like tha, it would end up being like that, and then the ta on the end would be like that. Thabit, like that, rather than, like in typed Arabic, it would sort of look more like this. It'd be like thabit, something like that. Yeah, or they might even go out of the way to say thabitun, like people like me do, who are Puritans of Fusha. But anyways, so that's like what kind of happens with dots. They basically just get joined up. That's the first thing. That's the first reason why some of you might have seen things like this and like this, where you've seen a little triangle or a little line on top instead of the dots. But anyway, the same thing happens over here with seen. I'm going to move my paper over here a little bit, like this. So this letter seen, how this ends up being written, quite often in handwriting, is just like that. The teeth of seen just get completely wiped out. So we come across kind of sort of a middle ground actually. If we had like a Venn diagram, which kind of was like that. There's a letter in the middle which has teeth and dots. This letter, you might have seen it before. The letter sheen, So what happens with that one? Same as seen, the teeth get cut out, and then the same as tha over here, the three dots become like that. So this is kind of a victim of the abbreviation of both getting rid of the teeth and joining up the dots. That's like sheen. So if we had an example of a word that uses some of those, like the word that a lot of you have probably heard before, the word shamsun. In like Arabic handwriting, quite often just becomes this. Shams, like that. It ends up being like that. So this bit over here is obviously just had the teeth taken out. Yeah, it's had the teeth taken out of the scene at the end, and this bit as well. This sheen has had the teeth taken out too, and the three dots on top have been joined up. So that's how we've ended up with that. That's kind of like a little roadmap of the way that in Arabic handwriting those things get joined up. I don't think I've forgotten anything in that. There's another video that's going to come after this where I'm going to talk about why sometimes numbers end up in our words. I mean, sometimes especially on social media, especially my friends who are from Egypt, quite often you see the number 3 end up in the Arabic words. Sometimes you see the number 6, number 7 end up in Arabic words, and the number 2 as well. So I'm going to do a video about that afterwards, inshallah. So if you're interested in that, then please join in. Thank you very much for joining me for another video. If any of you have any questions at all about your Arabic language learning journey or ways to learn Arabic, then please don't hesitate to get in touch. If you enjoyed this video, and I really hope you did, don't forget to like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.